I am Mariah Patton, and I am a massage therapist here at Brookhaven. I have been a massage therapist for going on 7 years, and I'm also here with one of my co-workers and friends, Sam Wiley, who also works here at Brookhaven, and she has been a massage therapist for a couple of years. So I'm actually making this video because I do massage therapy, and massage therapy is a huge advocate for healthy living. And so Brookhaven has been asked to be part of this healthy professional care team in Chillicothe, who are also advocates for your life, who are challenging you to use different tools to help with that quality of life. And of course, massage therapy to me plays a role in that. So in my video, I am here to hopefully educate you and show you different things that you can do to implement this healthcare into your life. The challenge is for 5 days, and it is each individual is a different healthcare professional with different techniques and modalities to help you improve your quality of life, obviously being healthier. We've been able to have different perspectives on how 2020 has negatively affected us, and we want to enter next year, being 2021, into a happy, healthier you. And so obviously we believe that massage plays a role in that. But the idea for me is not only how does it make you feel good or physically, but it also can make you feel good mentally. So I'm going to go through and talk about how it can help things like anxiety, depression, and obviously stress. But then after, I want to also talk about how if you get regular massages, if you need to see a therapist in between, how you can implement some of these techniques in your home doing self-massage. I guess I want you to ask yourself, how can massage alleviate, or how can massage play a role in helping with things like depression, anxiety, and stress? I think that, we all know it's almost impossible to not have stress. We all have stress. We all experience different things throughout our day that are obviously stressful, and we handle stress differently. And so, but the issue is when we have too much. But what exactly is stress? Stress is a hormone in your body called cortisol. And this is important to know because cortisol is a hormone that affects your daily living. When you have too much cortisol in your system, it can cause things like weight gain. You can be lethargic, depression. It can cause you to have mood swings. There's a huge number of things that can happen when you have too much cortisol in your system. So because it is a hormone that is in your system, and if there's too much of it, then it causes a negative quality of life because it has negative effects on your daily living. And so how can massage help with that? Massage helps with that because massage actually helps lower your cortisol levels. Manually manipulating your system, getting on the table in the nice warm table, nice relaxing massage, or deep tissue, whatever, it sometimes depends on the person, helps lower the cortisol levels by 50%. Research actually suggests that more than 90% of illnesses result from stress alone. So let's also talk about stress in terms of it decreases your cortisol, but it also increases your serotonin. And stress is obviously, or cortisol is obviously a negative. If you have too much, it performs negative actions on your body, on your quality of life. But when you get a massage, not only are you decreasing that cortisol, you're increasing serotonin. And your serotonin can actually increase up to 30%. So you're not only taking away the bad, but you're also promoting good. So there's two huge changes that are happening when you're getting a massage. So just how massage therapy can help stress, alleviate the symptoms of stress, it can also help alleviate the symptoms of depression. It's kind of the same components with the increase of serotonin and the decrease of your cortisol, which is your stress level, but it's even more than that. It gets a little personal to, in terms of saying, like, when you're depressed, you have this sense of feeling alone. You have this sense of negativity that kind of like lingers with you. If you are suffering from depression, you probably know what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter where you go, you always have this sense of like heaviness, like pressure on your body. And depression is one of those things where it's probably really hard if you don't suffer from depression, if you're not chronically depressed. It's really hard to explain how it can make you feel, because depression for everyone may be not the same either. So, and I think we all kind of recognize that. So as far as massage and how it can help with depression, same, like I said, it's the same. It can lower your cortisol levels, it lowers your stress levels, and it increases your serotonin levels, which is your feel-good, happy hormone. But you know, stress or a massage, a 60-minute massage, can really help release that tension associated with that feeling of heaviness, that feeling of tightness and you know, confinement. Massage really helps bring a sense of relaxation to the body, and I'm not even talking about physical but mental. You know, there's a sense of increased serotonin hormone that generally just makes you feel happy when you're on that table and you're laying there and you're able to have that mind-body connection, that mind-body awareness. That really is going to help you feel calm and have more self-awareness, self-actualization, self-control over your feeling, which obviously is going to help with depression. Even if it's temporary, it's still going to help with depression. And then, you know, I also want to say, like, you know, stress has so many components to it that affect you negatively that it can be a factor of almost every single disease and disability that we know of. You know, it's stated that 90% of diseases and disabilities is stress related. So obviously massage is going to be good, you know, in that factor. Now moving on to anxiety. Anxiety can be tricky because everybody is so different with different anxiety. So we're all just trying to find that balance. And so don't overplay it. If you're anxious, then that's okay. Massage can still help you, even if you have anxiety up here, even if you have low anxiety, even if it's for one day, or even if it's chronic and debilitating. Massage is still going to be able to help with that. And here's how. On a very personal level, when you go in and you feel confident in your massage therapist, you feel that they're a professional and that they're going to be able to provide a very safe and nurturing professional touch in a very safe and nurturing professional environment. This is going to play a huge role in how you feel and being anxious. You know, because when you're an anxious person, we're not just talking about like certain situations make you anxious, anything can make you anxious. So, you know, you want to be able to build a rapport and a very therapeutic and professional relationship with your therapist. And guys, there's therapists, there's amazing therapists all over Ross County, all over Scioto County. I know so many amazing therapists that, you know, go find them and find one that works for you. And, you know, tell them. One of the main things that I don't think people realize, going back to like saying how massage is very hands-on, very physical, it is just as much, if not more, mental. And it's very important that you have an open, trusted communication with your therapist, a very, you know, open-minded communication, and you're going to be able to feel comfortable in telling your massage therapist, hey, I'm really suffering from depression. I'm really suffering from anxiety. I am like stressed beyond measure and I need you to help me. Rather than just going in and saying, hey, I have tension in my shoulders, I have tension in my hip, I just am suffering from all these things very physically. That's fine. Obviously, we're here to help, but we are just as much able to help you on a mental component. And having a good rapport and a very trusted, open-minded relationship, professional relationship with you is very, very important. You don't want to go into someone's table, there you are naked, and we're sitting there doing our routine and you are comfortable. If you have anxiety, that's only going to make it worse. So definitely that's a huge factor into how massage therapy can help if you are facing anxiety. Again, we're lowering those cortisol levels, we're increasing those serotonin levels, we're trying to help you maintain a very open mind-body connection. And when you're on that table and you're able to lay there and be able to close your eyes and relax and go to your happy place and be able to feel a different way than what you do when you're out and about and you're feeling that stress. When you're on the table, you're nice and warm and you're just completely open to that mind-body connection. We're there to help you make that connection, which is going to be a huge factor in helping you lower your anxiety levels, guys. When you're able to when you allow yourself to do that, you're going to have a huge increase in your self-worth and your self-image. You're going to be able to recognize that you're actually allowed to feel that way. You're actually allowed to, and you have the ability to feel that way. Some people they go through life and they're so stressed that sometimes they forget that they're allowed to feel good, or that they're allowed to feel happy, or that they're allowed to be relaxed. I feel like sometimes we get to that point to where we forget that our body is able to produce these happy feelings because we're so confined. And then when you're relaxed and you're open-minded, it changes the way that you go about your day. Okay, so now I want to talk about how you guys can not only benefit from massage mentally, but physically at home, whether you are able to get regular massages, whether you are able to or whether you're able to, even if you get regular massages, if you need some time in between, how we can do self-care, self-massaging at home. So Sam's going to come help me. I'm going to go through from head to toe and explain how you guys can use these techniques at home. Okay guys, so this is my friend Sam, my coworker Sam, and she's going to help show off some of these self-massaging techniques that you can do in your home. And so first we're going to start with the face. Usually self-massaging for the face consists of, if you have a headache, you can just feel maybe a headache even coming on, things like that. So first what you do is place your thumbs high on your cheekbones and then just right by your ears and gently apply pressure, probably in a circular motion with your fingertips to your temples. And then what you'll do is continue making circles as you move along your hairline until your fingertips meet in the middle of your forehead. And also guys, you can repeat these as many times as needed. The second thing we're going to do is for your occipitals. If you guys don't know what occipitals are, it is the back of your neck, it's the base of your skull right under your hairline. Usually you would massage the occipitals for neck tension. Also you can have tension headaches. So what you'll do is you'll want to lower your shoulders away from your ears, straighten your neck and back, and then locate the base of your skull. You'll place the pointer and middle fingers on each hand in the center with your fingertips touching. And then Sam has long, luxurious hair, but that's okay. Apply gentle pressure. Also go by what feels best for you guys, because sometimes gentle is better, sometimes the more pressure is better. Everybody's different. Place the pointer and middle finger of each hand in the center with your fingertips touching. Apply gentle pressure and slide your fingers outward or downward, moving the direction that feels best. Kind of pulling those muscles apart and allowing some space in there to teach and show your muscles that they can relax. And then move your fingers in small circular motions, focusing on the tender spots. Yep. Okay, then we'll do the neck, and we're going to place 2 to 3 fingertips on the back of your neck, where your neck meets your shoulders. Perfect. And then apply firm pressure and hold the area. And then you'll want to release when the muscle feels more relaxed. And you guys will know. You'll have to just go, since everybody's so different, you'll just have to go what feels best for you. And then roll your shoulders forward and then back slowly. Also, you can lower your shoulders away from your ears and then straighten your neck and back, and then locate painful areas on your neck. So it doesn't actually have to be that one spot, but any kind of tenderness or painful area, you can implement that technique. Okay, then the shoulders. Position your fingers of your right hand over your right shoulder. Your upper trapezius is what we call that. And then your trap, it'll be just right underneath your palm. And then squeeze the trap, or the top of your shoulder, 3 times, and then roll your fingers over the muscle, starting from the outside, moving towards the base of your neck. And then you just squeeze, release, and then move forward to the base of your neck, and repeat. And then repeat, obviously, on the other side as well. Okay, and then your lower back. We're going to position a lacrosse or a tennis ball between your lower back and on the wall. So that would be over here. I got it. Okay, guys, I'm going to try to get the best video I can of this. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to find the tender spot on your back, and you're going to place the lower back and the wall. And then you're going to move your body up and down, and then, or side to side. We're going to work on the IT band and the leg using what is called a foam roller. These are very cheap. You can get them at Walmart, usually in the athletic section. So we're going to use this as a tool at home for self-massaging for the IT band, which is the side of the leg, and then of course the legs. So what we're going to do first is lay on the ground, and then kind of lie on your side. And everybody's different, so you need to kind of go with your own form of pressure or support from your arm to help with this, because this can be quite tender on your IT band. So what we would do is kind of lie on your side, place your hip on it, and then right under, you'll feel it right on your hip bone. And then, of course, use your hands to brace yourself. And what you want to do is slowly roll down from your hip. There's no pressure in my legs, just my hips. I can maintain balance. And then with your knees rotating your body towards the ground as you move. So you can go this way and support yourself and move up, or you can kind of push with your hands and move yourself down. And then you're definitely going to feel that right on the IT band. And then also, if you want to continue, if you wanted to have more pressure, you can get closer to the ground. It's going to put more gravity and more body weight on this right here. And what this is doing is it's stretching the muscle. Then you can continue going, and then kind of go on your hip and also do that support, and then roll. And of course you would want to do this on both sides. Okay. So then next, we're going to move down to the foot. And so for the foot, and I'm going to take my shoes off for this, but you can either sit comfortable, like sit in a chair and be comfortable, or you can stand. So first, let's sit. You want to make sure that your knees are at a 90-degree angle. You have your ball. And you can use a tennis ball, but probably for this, best to use a lacrosse ball. And so just place it right under your foot. You can put pressure. Hopefully my pin's on to it. Some people can even put pressure on their knee and kind of like hold and place it there. If you have things like plantar fasciitis or just foot pain, generalized like foot pain. And then you can also kind of roll your foot around. Some other things you can do if you don't have a lacrosse ball or if you do not have a tennis ball, you can use things in your home like a can of soup. And, you know, of course have a long ways like this and then roll back and forth. This is going to help kind of break up some of that fascia, if you know what fascia is with plantar fasciitis. Also going to help reduce some of that foot pain. The other thing you can do, and this is a little more intense, if you need a little more pressure, is do the exact same thing, standing up. You can hold, count to 7 to 10, take a deep breath, do it again, release. And then after, move it back and forth, just like this. Another thing you can use too, if your foot is inflamed, is take a bottle of water, freeze it, and then roll, because the ice is going to help reduce that inflammation. Okay, so then glutes, which is your butt, for those who don't know. We're going to begin in a seated position on the ground on your knees. Do you want to do this one? Okay. Okay, so begin in a seated position on the ground with your knees bent. Position a tennis ball right under your buttock, glute, and rest your hands on the ground behind your back. So, what you're going to do is kind of elevate your butt a little bit, put the tennis ball, whatever tool you're using, right on. You're going to feel the pain, the tension instantly. And then you're going to support yourself with your hands. And then you can lift yourself, but then when you need more pressure, just kind of sit on it. You can also take and roll. And that's going to help with things like sciatica, back pain, hip tension, hip pain. So for Sam's suggestion, the other thing that you can do is take the tennis ball, whatever tool you're using, place it right on your hip, on your butt, move up against the wall, and do the same thing. It's going to have the same benefits. The only difference is this would be a nice way to implement that. This would be a nice way to implement that self-massaging at home if you do not have the arm strength or the ability to hold yourself up if you're just on the floor. Okay guys, next we're talking about the hands. And if you have pain or tension in the hands, this is how you can do self-massaging at home. And then we're going to begin by placing 2 fingers on the wrist, yep, just as if you're taking your pulse. You're going to take the 2 fingers and go across your wrist, side to side. And you can hopefully feel that tension release. And then you can take the 2 fingers and go and dig into your palm, go into circular motions, and then move your way up to your pinky. Yep. All the way through the palm. And then go all the way to the thumb. The next thing that you can do is grasp the web tissue that connects your thumb and the rest of your fingers. Yep. And then you're just going to gently pinch, because this spot can be pretty tender, and then apply pressure in small circular motions to the muscles at the base of your fingers. Circular motions, yep, and then you can move up into your fingers. Once you reach the top of your finger, you can pull to stretch the joint. You can do this with all of your fingers and then move on to the next hand. Okay guys, so there's 2 more things I want to show you. One is a self-massaging technique for your shoulder, and then another one is the back to the hip. And so, Sam, if you'll follow me. One thing that you can do for your shoulder, because a lot of people have that impingement in between their shoulders, that nagging, throbbing pain. Usually if you're sitting at a desk too long, things like that, you're just kind of holding that tension in between your shoulders. So one thing, if you want to get on this side, that you can do, get my hair out of the way, is try to position your hand behind your back, and you're going to feel your shoulder blade pop out. This right here is going to cause a release in general because it's stretching the deep muscles of your shoulder. And then you're going to go to the wall, find the corner, the inner corner of your scapula, place it right on the edge of that, and then kind of push in and let it roll on that corner. This is going to help depending on how you're able to manipulate your shoulder, how far you can put your hand behind your back. This is going to help alleviate and release some of those trigger points and tenderness areas in your shoulder. And then of course repeat on the other side. Okay, I'll move here. The last thing I'm going to show you, and this is so easy and so simple for those who have to sit at a desk all the time. I show this technique to my clients all the time. Again, you want to sit at a 90-degree angle. If you're having pains like sciatica or just hip pain, 90-degree angle, you know, center typing, whatever you do at your desk, take whichever hip is hurting, that's the one you're going to start with. Take it, do my body cracking. Still at a 90-degree angle, you're simply just putting your ankle of the hip that's hurting on your knee, and then you're going to feel tension in this hip immediately. You can stay like this, count to 10, let go, release, repeat. If you want it to be more beneficial, or if you want to push yourself a little bit, you can lean in. You're going to feel it radiate, or you're going to feel the tension move up into your back. Lean in. The goal is to kind of get yourself to be able to lean all the way in and release this muscle. Repeat on the other side. If you are feeling brave, you can also take your tennis ball or your lacrosse ball, position it right under your butt, and lean in to that as well. And then that actually brings me into another conversation about routine. Routine is also very, very important, and I'll tell you why. And that's because when you get a massage, you feel great. Whether that's an hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes even 30 minutes, I mean, any amount of time. When you get a massage, you know how it makes you feel. And if you're able to be open-minded enough to realize that it can help you with anxiety and depression and stress and all of the components that, or all of the factors that are associated with those three, and you have a routine massage, what's happening is you're actually training your body to relax. It's not going to happen in one session. I very highly doubt it. But when you are able to train yourself, when you're able to continue having those feelings of being open-minded and being more aware of yourself and more self-actualization and realization that you're allowed to feel good and that you don't have to always be stressed. When you're training your body to be able to let go, and whenever you're training your body to have decreased stress and increased serotonin, these have long-term effects, and you can do this by having routine massages. You can ask your therapist. They may have a suggestion. If you have that personal relationship, they may have a better suggestion than what I can give you. Sometimes, depending on who I see, I would say you need to have a massage every week. You need to have a massage every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But a routine massage would typically consist of every 4 to 6 weeks for 60 minutes, so an hour. Everybody's schedule is different, everybody's body's different, everybody's lifestyle is different. So really ask your therapist what better fits you. But, that's what I would do, is just find 1 hour for yourself, 1 hour every 4 to 6 weeks to say, I deserve to relax. I deserve to be able to feel good and be myself. And then, like I said, have that open communication with your therapist and be able to have the confidence to them to be able to say, listen, I'm really stressed, or I'm really anxious, or I'm really depressed. And, your therapist can sometimes talk to you, but sometimes what happens is when you are able to tell us these things as a client, we actually take this information, and our modalities and our techniques can actually change based on this information. For example, if you come in and say, hey, my neck hurts, your anxiety is up here, your depression is up here, but you don't tell us that. And sometimes, honestly, we can see it. But regardless, we want you to be able to tell us those things. But if you come in and you say, hey, my neck hurts and my back hurts, but we don't know about your anxiety and your depression and things like that, we're going to be able to focus on your neck and shoulders, rather than maybe saying, oh, well, maybe your neck and shoulders hurts because your depression and your anxiety is above what you can handle, and it's causing these issues physically because you still have that mind-body connection. So it's very important to be able to communicate both to your therapist. So I just, I really think that 2020 has been stressful. I think we can all agree with that. We all have different perspectives and different outlooks on how 2020 has treated us on a very personal level. But I can almost guarantee you that everyone in 2020 has something negative happen and has faced very difficult, stressful times. And I just want to be part of this team to tell you and show you that there are massage therapists out there who are more than willing to help you become a happier, healthier you. And we challenge you to be happier and healthier and want to play a part in that new self-care routine entering into 2021. So call your local massage therapist and say, hey, listen, this is new for me, or this is what I need to do. I really need help, and I want you to be part of that and start getting this. Even if you have to schedule out, start off by scheduling every 4 weeks for 2 months or a couple months. Something that helps motivate you, like say, hey, I have this upcoming appointment. I'm looking forward to knowing that I can feel good and feel relaxed. So we really challenge you to be advocates for your own health and let us play a role in helping you. So, okay guys, well, hopefully you gained something from this video, and good luck in 2021, and gain that self-worth and that self-confidence, because you're amazing and we just want to play a role in helping you feel amazing.